So I'm in a cycle again. A lot of intel coming through. A lot of stuff based around synchronicity. And there's a lot of synchronicity around a person, and before I would have automatically thought, oh, this is meant to be, look how many, look at this synchronicity, I had this dream, and then I woke up and there's text messages on my phone, and his pictures appeared on my desktop and I didn't do it, and, there's all this chemistry, and I would have thought all of that before, but you never know where that source, where that energy is coming from. I feel like I'm being set up. I feel like the body and the physical vehicle that has been able to suck my energy for 13 years, I no longer rate it. I no longer, I see straight through it. I see it for the little devil that it is, the demon that it is, and I have no interest in operating with it anymore. So now they've sent in a new physical vehicle that I'm feeling similar, the synchronicity's there, the chemistry's there, the random dreams, and, just that whole, I remember reading about this love bite demonic possession and how they use bodies to get to you, to get to your light, to get to your energy, because obviously that's their food. I was thinking about what I'd learned back then about how, I was shown that don't watch the synchronicity, don't always see synchronicity as a good thing, don't always see it as something that you've got to open yourself up to and follow. It may not be coming from a good source. It may not be coming from a good source. You maybe be, it could be you're being targeted. So you really must wait. You really, really must wait and look at this so objectively. And if you're wrong and it is real, then you'll know. At some point you will know. But if it isn't real, and if it's dark and treacherous, and it's just trying to manipulate you, you're not going to see it if you don't stay objective. So, in a nutshell, not all synchronicity is a good thing. I've just experienced this with a woman friend that I had that turned out to be an absolute toxic ball of shit mess, who was just looking for a dumping ground, looking for somebody to offload all her shit onto, somebody to drain. And it was just, at the beginning of this relationship, it was so synchronistic. It was so, the connection was so strong, the chemistry, everything was there, and I just felt so strongly towards this person, but it just turned out to be wrong on so many levels. So that's a perfect example of how you don't know where the source is coming from. It will make you feel good. It will make you feel, connected. It will give you a false sense of security. It will make you feel like you're loved and you matter, but it's all fake. So anyway, this synchronicity that's coming into my life, I'm deciding that I don't know what source this is coming from. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know if I'm being set up again. So I'm going to keep my distance. I'm definitely going to keep my distance. And I just wanted to touch on that a little bit about that thing. I mean, I went through all that with Narcissist, and I just went over the 13 years of how I've been through with him. All started off very synchronistically. The synchronicity was very strong right from the start, and right throughout the relationship. And I always took that as a positive, and it wasn't a positive because it led me down a path of, pain and suffering, but I guess I had to go through that to really fully come to know myself. But now, on the fringes of, that, now I'm leaving that, now I've left that, then they pop up, in other people, in other places, and you've got to be aware, just have that level of awareness. Just have that level of awareness. Don't be pulled into all that again. And that type of love isn't the type of love I want. The red flags are mixed in with the synchronicity, and it's just up to you what you choose to see. I ignored all the red flags before I got myself into such a mess. You've got to realise they're either demons or they're being controlled by demons. And your energy is what feeds them. It's food to them. You've got to remember this. It's very important. They will do anything to get that food and that energy, that light. It's all about sucking that light out of you, picking you up and, mopping you in their gravy and eating you. So remember, just have that level of awareness. Just remember, just read, study, and remember. Remind yourself. You have to remember they're demons, and it's real. It's real. It's not something that, you need to be worried when you're not aware. That's when they strike, when you don't know what they are, when you won't admit what they are, when you don't, acknowledge this is what is happening. That's where the power is for them. That's where they're very powerful, when you don't see them coming. When you see them coming, it's okay, because I've already made my declaration that I do not fucking consent. I don't consent. Yeah, I do not agree. No consent to anything that comes around me that has an agenda that is deceitful or deceptive or manipulative. I've revoked and rebutted and banished that, and I'm just reiterating it here that I do not fucking consent. It's already been said, it's already been written, it's been recorded, it's been verbalized, it's been witnessed. It has been witnessed that I do not fucking consent to any of that. So I've already made my pledge, I've already taken my pledge, and I've already said, and made my declaration, so it's cool, but it's good to come back and just, reiterate that from time to time, I guess. It's already been laid out. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I am fucking doing. I know what I'm doing. I didn't know before. I felt that I should be doing lots of other things. I don't feel that now. I know what I'm doing. I'm using my time to evolve, to unprogram myself, to stay aware, to do the work so that I stay in control, so that I steer my own ship, rule my own roost, live my own life, and see these demonic pricks when they show up. Don't get involved in triangles, love triangles, or don't get involved in, anything like that. It's not my bag. It's never been my bag. It's not about to become my bag. No matter how sweetly packaged it is. No matter how, no matter how it's packaged, no matter how sweet it looks, no matter how strong that connection is, no matter how much synchronicity is going on around it, it doesn't matter, because the only synchronicity that really I think that you can trust is if it comes from animals, like the situation with Layla, and the situation with Kinkajou and Jet, Rusty. If it comes from animals, then yeah, you're cool, you know, you're on track. If it comes from nature, children maybe, but not all children, some children are just as, you know, are controlled by demonic forces as well. In fact, a lot of children are controlled by demonic forces, and we're encouraged to not see that in society, but it's true. You know, I grew up with one. My young older sister was definitely possessed, you know, for as far back as I can remember. Something wrong with her. So, you know, and don't necessarily watch the synchronicity around a person. That person may not know themselves. They may have been taken over by some kind of agent. They may be possessed in some way by some type of entity or thought form or programming. They may want to pull you into their realm, into their world, into their way of seeing things. You know, they don't care if it compromises your principles, as long as they're getting what they want, as long as they're getting fed or their demons getting fed. You know, you've got to see, just keep that level of awareness, you know, strong. Keep that game strong. And if that person is meant to be for you, for your highest good, for helping you fulfill your potential on this planet at this time and across all timelines, then great. That will show through. That will come through. You will see that. You'll be shown that. You know, don't automatically think because somebody's kind and somebody tells you you're a beautiful soul and you're a good person. You know, they don't come looking like devils. They don't come looking like devils. The mask slips eventually and you realise what you're involved in, but you're already involved. It's very difficult to get out. So just because they come with kindness and love and light and all that bollocks, you know, don't be swayed by that. Don't be tricked by that. They will come at you like that. You know, the only thing that will show you if this is really what the person is longevity, is patience, is, you know, that's the only thing that will show you if this person is for real or not, is time. You've got to give it time, and time will show you everything you need to see. So just because there's a lot of synchronicity around a person at the beginning doesn't mean you trust them, doesn't mean that you trust that energy. Like, you don't know where that energy is coming from. You do not know where that energy is coming from. Stay aware. So this is my declaration, that I'm going to give myself the grace to have patience and to give it time around any situation that's, especially where there's a lot of synchronicity, give it some time. I'm going to learn from past mistakes. There was synchronicity before, you know, and it led nowhere good. So why would I trust it this time? You know, why would you trust it this time? So this is my declaration on this day at this time. I've come to love myself too much. That little girl, Mandy, we hang out together now, and I'm being good to her. I'm being good to her by being good to me. I'm being good to her by having strong boundaries and by, not allowing that shit to come around me. Staying aware, staying alone. My solitude is my protection. It's my sword. It protects me towards dysfunction and chaos. Keeps me safe. It's difficult at times, but you just deal with that pain. It passes. It's temporary. Most of the time I'm fine, absolutely fine. Don't feel as if I'm missing out as much anymore like I used to. Not as much. You can always go out there and do stuff and then, So yeah, this is my declaration for anybody that wishes to witness this. This is what I'm declaring. Everything I've said in this video, in this audio, is my declaration. Awareness, objectivity, stay objective, stay aware, give it time and give it patience, and you'll see everything you need to see. There's no rush.